This conference will now be recorded.
Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs. So, a quick small topic: how to handle SVG elements in Selenium. Because as of now, there are no tools are available in the market who can identify which can identify SVG elements. So you must have seen that okay, how to handle SVG, either XPath or Ruto or whatever. I really don't think so that okay, they are very much accurate to find the SVG elements. So how to find out? But before that, we need to understand that what do you mean by SVG? So just like we have JPG, we have PNG files, right? Images are there. Same thing, we have SVG images are there. So SVG images are defined with the XML markup language, and it is almost supported by all the browsers. Okay, either you take Firefox, Google Chrome, Safari, and everything. So SVG images are the vector images. Okay, so if you must have seen that okay, some let's see, some circle is there, right? This is a circle. I mean, this is a rectangle or a square or maybe some circle, or maybe you are creating one some images like this, right? These are SVG images. Okay, maybe some charts I'm defining over here. Let's see, this is the chart number 1, this is a chart number 2. Like this, I'm defining some graphical charts. These images also can be created using SVG tags. Okay, some circles, some line if you want to draw. These are the 2 points are there. Some line you want to draw between these 2 points. This is also an SVG image, and in fact, this dot is okay formatted with a circle over here. That is also an SVG image, right? So circles, lines, polygon, all these kind of images you can simply draw with SVG. Okay, now first of all, you need to understand that how exactly SVG model works, like what is a DOM structure of the SVG and everything, right? So what we have to do, we will create a couple of images, couple of SVG tags in the form of HTML, and then we will see how can we handle that. And then we will see one very good example of SVG. And after that, I'm pretty much sure that okay, it will definitely, you can easily learn SVG. But before that, you need to understand that okay, the typical XPath that we are using, right? The XPath won't work, right, guys? The XPath won't work for a normal SVG. Okay, you whatever the XPath X's that you are using, sibling XPath or parent sibling or following sibling and everything, those things will not work with SVG. You have to use some different format of XPath, and then I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so let's start with that. So this is a Java code that we will do it later, but before that, we will write some HTML code over here. So what you just need to do that, okay, you just open your Visual Studio Code, and you simply write index.html, create a file over here, index.html, and then simple, let's see, I'm writing simple write, okay, I'll show you one thing, simple write colon and press enter. So it will create one, you can see that, okay, one HTML DOM got created over here where you can write your HTML code and everything, right? So first HTML code, if I write in the form of SVG, how will you write it? So always remember that, guys, you will write under this particular body, and then you simply write something. Let me just, yeah, this is the SVG tag that you have to use. So simple write SVG tag over here. Okay. After that, what kind of SVG tag width and height you want to give? So let's say I'm giving some width is equal to something like this, 10, and I'm using height is equal to, let's see, again that is 10, something like this. And I want to draw a rectangle. So now I'll be just closing this SVG tag. Okay, this is a opening tag and this is the closing tag. Now under this particular tag, what I'm going to do, that I'm going to draw a rectangle. So what you have to do, you have to use rect over here. Let's see, I'm writing x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. Some properties I'm giving, and I'm giving some width also. Let's see, width is equal to something, let's see, 10, and height also is equal to, let's see, 10. Okay, and color, I say that okay, fill is equal to blue. So you can learn these HTMLs, guys. It's very simple. If you don't want to learn, that's okay. Okay, you can ignore that part. Okay, and you save this particular index.html file, and what you do, you simply right click on it and go to open with live server. Okay, so it will open in your browser. So just simply open with live server, and what will happen, and I'll show you how exactly it will display. So right now it's running on my port number 5500. This is just to show you guys. If you want to ignore this part, you can ignore that and see this. And we will take some number of examples from here as well. I'll do one thing. I'll open my google.com and then enter this particular. This is my local host running on this particular thing. And here, let me check the SVG. Something is running or not. So it's not running right now because maybe a rectangle is 0, 0, and X and Y I'm using. Let me increase 30 and 40. Okay, so still it's not visible. Okay, let's create some other image. Okay, some other images. So I'll do one thing. I'll just go to this particular. Okay, I have one very good site available over here. There are a lot of examples are available. So let's see if I want to draw one circle. So you just copy this SVG. So this is the SVG tag is available. You copy this SVG tag and then simply you paste it over here. Okay, and you simply paste it. And let's see, are we getting any circle or not? So I'll go to come over here. You can see that, okay, we got a circle, right? So this is what SVG circle got created. So this is a vector image got created, and you right click on it and go to inspect. The moment you do inspect, this is kind of web element only. So with respect to Selenium, if you really want to inspect, you won't be able to do that because you will be getting no such element exception because it's available under SVG tag. Can you see that? SVG is the tag over here. So with SVG tag, normal XPath won't work, and we don't have any other property also, right? So X and Y coordinate I have given. Let's see, X equal to 50 and 50, and radius equal to 50, and this is the color coding that we have given. So if you are giving, let's see, red color, and you simply save it, so it should be converted into some red color over here. So whatever the color that you are giving, you can give it over here. Let's see if I'm giving green color. So let's see what exactly it's showing. It's showing in green color over here. Okay, you can see that, right? So I have to write the XPath and all those things. So we will do it in some time, but let's see some other examples as well. So this is the that we have created, circle we have created. So likewise, you can create text, circles, rectangle, lines, path, everything you can create. So let's say I'm going to create one text over here, one SVG tag, text over here. So I simply say that, okay, let's see, this is another SVG I have created, and text I'll write something, Naveen Automation Labs, and you simply save it, and let's see, is it reflecting over here or not? So you can see that, okay, Naveen Automation Labs is visible over here, right? And again, you inspect this guy, you will see that, okay, this is a text X5Y30, and the text is written over here, and this is the SVG tag, right, guys? If you really want to provide an ID, you can provide an ID also. Let's see, this is a text, and you simply write ID is equal to, let's see, Naveen, and you simply save it. So you will see that, okay, ID will be updated. You again inspect this guy, and you can use this. So if you use by.id, it won't work. Why? Because it's available under SVG tag. So Selenium won't work with SVG tag like this. So we have to create a special XPath, okay, for that. So that I'll show you in some time how to do that. Now let's take some other example. Circle, we have already seen that. Rectangle, if you really want to take. So let's create one rectangle with this particular SVG, and I'm going to create, copy paste this, and simple save this, and let's see, is it creating any rectangle or not? So you come over here and you see that, okay, one rectangle got created over here. So this is again an SVG tag, right, guys? You can see rectangle, this width and height and color and everything, right? So likewise, you can simply do that. So if you really want to create a line, see, you draw a line. So line also is an SVG. So you just come over here and paste, save it, and let's see the line. See a line getting drawn over here, right? Some other example, if you see a path also you can see that. See, this is a path that we have created over here. So the path, it will show you that, okay, this is a D property, okay. So D property contains the directions command, right? So we will take one very good example, a 3D image example also, we will see that. M means move, L means line, H means horizontal, V means vertical line, Z means close path, A means arc, and Q is quadratic Bezier curve. So it will create a kind of image over here like this. It means D equal to M. M means move, then 100, 100, and then L means draw a line of 200, 200 like this, and then keep creating like this. So you can create some properties like this, and let's see it's creating an image over here or not. So I'll just come over here, and then I'll paste this SVG, and you simple save it, and let's see. See, it's drawing an image over here, the exact image, right, guys? If you really want to change the color, you can change the color also. Whatever the color you want to write, you can change the width and everything. So these properties you can easily write over here, and then you can draw these vector images. These are the symbol images or vector images. You can simply draw it, right? So now let's see some more examples. If you can see, let me try a couple of other examples. Text path, like this also you can simply do that. Okay, this is also an SVG tag. Polygon, if you really want to create a polygon, so let's create a polygon image, and come over here, and let's see, I'm going to create polygon. You have to save this particular file, and then come over here, see the polygon image got created. Okay, so SVG means scalable vector graphics. So vector images you are going to create that, and you can apply JavaScript also. You can apply all the HTML properties over here as well. You can give ID, XPath, CSS, and everything, but for XPath point of view, it will be a little different. Okay, guys. So let me check if I can show you some more examples. You just come over here. I'll share this link with you. It's really good. And G means the element you can group multiple elements. So G means grouping. Let's see, you want to group multiple elements. So let's see if I create this SVG, and this is a one rectangle with this particular height and width, but two rectangle, I really want to group it over there. So you can group it like this. So I'll show you this example as well. So likewise, you can create really good images, copy paste this, and you simple save it. And let's see what exactly we are getting. So see, you can group the images also. So G means group the images over there. You can simply do that. But do you really need to understand all these things? It's up to you. It's really good to know how exactly SVG works. Likewise. See, again, circle got created. Again, something view box got created like that. Okay. And if you really want to inserting SVG images in the web pages, that also you can simply do that. So, okay, like this, you can simply. So there are a lot of examples, guys. I'm not going to cover okay each and every example. You can simply do that. If you really want to learn HTML and everything, that you can simply go through this particular site. Okay, so now you must have seen that. Okay, these are my SVG images that I have created over here. Now the thing is, how will you identify? Right? How will you identify the property of the SVG images? How will you handle through Selenium? That is the question, right? So to handle this, what we have to do? So first of all, let me inspect this guy. Let's see, inspect this particular circle. So I just click on this and see this particular circle. And this circle is fill equal to green. I wanted, okay, I want to know that, okay, what is the color of this particular circle, color of this particular tag, circle tag. So how will you do that? So you just press same thing, Control F over here, and I'm going to write the XPath of this guy. So how do you write the XPath? For writing the XPath, what you have to do, now see it very carefully. You simply write 2 / and put star, okay, and then put a bracket over here, and then you have to use the name property, the name function like this. Name is equal to what? The name is equal to SVG. Simple, right? SVG over here. So it is pointing to this. It means there are 7 SVGs are available. You can see 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, okay, and then 7. These are the 7 SVGs are available. But out of this SVG, we have to go to where? We have to go to the circle SVG. So how will you go there? It means we have to go to the child of this first SVG. So double slash and simple write star bracket, and then you have to use local name like this. Local name is another function for SVG element and is equal to what? What is the name of that guy? The name of that guy is circle. So now we are pointing to this guy, okay, circle, and you just copy this particular XPath and start using in your Eclipse, okay, in your code. So let me do one thing. I'll be using this particular XPath, but before that, I will be, let me just 1 second, copy paste Okay, I'll be launching my WebDriver URL and everything. So let me take this particular URL because this is my localhost site. You can easily set up, guys. I think I have already told you that how to do that. You just need to open your Visual Studio Code and create one index.html and start writing the code over here like this under this particular body tag, and make sure that okay, all these HTML head tags are available over here, and that's it. Okay, and then you just copy paste and replicate the same thing over here in your browser over here as well. So you can practice for SVG elements if you really want to do that. So I'll just copy this guy and I'll come over here, and then I'll change the URL first of all. So the URL is this. This is the URL index.html, and you can create your own elements and you can practice accordingly if you don't find good SVG elements on internet. Okay. Now I have to create a web element, so I'll simply write driver dot find element by dot what by dot XPath, and this is the XPath I'll be using that we have already created, and you simple copy paste over here. This is the XPath that I have created, and then what you want from this XPath. So simple dot get attribute, and which attribute you want. So let's say I want to fetch that. Okay, hey, what exactly the value of fill? Fill equal to green. It means what is the color of this particular element. So I simply say that okay, fill over here, right? And then get attribute will give you what? Get attribute will give you a color. So let's see, color is equal to this color text or whatever, and then I'll print it on the console that okay, color. That's it. So now let's run it and let's see it's working or not. So browser should be launched with this URL, which is already up and running. And let's see. So it's a little slow. Okay, yeah. So it's perfectly fine. It's launching through Selenium. And let's see what exactly we're getting. We are getting green. It means I'm able to handle that particular SVG element. Right, guys? Like this simple, you can do that. So same thing, guys, what I have done that I have created one really simple example over here. So I'll show you that I've already created one SVG. So I don't want to waste time. I don't want to spend time on writing the multiple SVGs. So I'll simply say that, okay, one more SVG I'm going to create over here. Simple copy paste. So this is a circle path. Okay, I have created one SVG and grouping with multiple circles over here and something like this I have created. And then the moment you save it, so you will see that, okay, something like this, it will be shown. You can see circles got created A, B, C point and like this. So likewise also this SVG, you can simply do that. Okay. Now, one more example I'll show you for SVG. So this also we can do that. Let me copy paste some other SVGs. I'll share all these SVGs with you. You can practice, save it. So what exactly it will do that I've created two text over here, text ID equal to this and ID equal to this, and the color is green. Okay, and for this I have written a nice text, and for second thing I have written a nice text once again. Okay, or I can write something else that okay, Naveen automation labs, something like this, and it's having the green color, but the font size is different. Font is Courier new font. Okay, and you simple save it, and you see how exactly it's reflecting over here. Can you see that a nice text and Naveen Automation Labs reflecting over here? Now I want to capture the text of this Naveen Automation Labs. So how will you do that? So you right click on it, go to inspect, and immediately you will get to know that okay, this is the SVG tag. So you see that okay, yeah, this is the SVG tag and text ID equal to this, and this is the text is written over here. Okay, I'll do one thing. Let me reduce some unnecessary space over here, right? And this is the sorry. Okay, so this is the text that I've written, Naveen Automation Labs, and you see again it's getting refreshed. Let me just refresh it again. So have I deleted something or not? Okay, once again, body tag is gone. Sorry about that. Okay, now it's coming again. So I'll inspect this guy once again, that this Naveen Automation Labs, and you can see that okay, yeah, without any space, Naveen Automation Labs is written over here, right? And ID equal to this. So if you write, let's see, if you write a typical XPath, right? How will you write a typical XPath? A text, right? At the rate ID is equal to what? ID is equal to point line. So you see that, okay, text ID equal to point line is not, okay, available over here. And it means we are not able to identify that, okay, text ID equal to this. This is the HTML tag at the rate ID equal to point line. We are not able to identify. If you write a parent tag also, so I simple write, let's see, SVG, the parent tag also, we are not able to identify with a normal typical XPath. So how will you write the XPath for this guy, right? So same format, same formula you have to apply that we have applied earlier. What you have to do now, see, I simple write double slash what? Double slash star, where name is equal to what? Name equal to SVG, right? And put double slash star, and second, name is a function, so we have to write name as a function over here equal to SVG. So we are getting 10 SVGs, but we have to go to that particular SVG, this particular SVG, and where text. So double slash, and then put star, and then you write local name, okay, is equal to what? Local name is equal to text. So where exactly we are reaching? So we have ID equal to Naveen, and you can see that, okay, this is also a text. B also is a text. C also is a text. A nice text is also a text, and Naveen Automation Lab is also a text. But with Naveen Automation Labs, we have this particular ID equal to point line. So I can put one more, okay, one more condition over here, that and at the rate ID is equal to what? That whatever the ID that we are getting, point line ID. So this is the point line. So what we are getting with this XPath, we are getting this guy. So you simple copy paste and then start using it over here. So what I'm going to do, I'll simply write a driver dot find element by dot XPath. XPath of this particular line is this, and give me the text. So simple write dot get text over here, and then you store the text in a particular variable, that is, let's see, text is equal to this, and print it on the console. System.out.println and print it on the console. So let's see, are we able to get Naveen Automation Labs or not from that particular SVG text. So let's see. So it's launching a browser. 1 second, it's taking some time. Yeah, it's launching the browser now, and then it will enter the URL, and this Naveen Automation Labs is written over here, and let's see, we are getting Naveen Automation Labs. Simple. So like this is how we have to create. So it's a game of this XPath. You have to create the XPath like this. So you have to start name equal to SVG, then the child element, you have to start like this, local name, and for SVG you have to write name, okay? And then you can append other properties also, and at the rate ID equal to this, at the rate class equal to this, something like this, you can simply write it over. So this is one of the simple example that I have shown you, and some practice also I have shown you that, okay, you guys can practice like this. Okay, and now you must be thinking that, okay, Naveen, how exactly you started a server? So simple create index.html, right click on it, and you will see this open with live server. If you don't have live server over here, what do? You go to your extension and you simply write live server over here. Sorry. Okay, you simply write live server, and this is another extension. You just need to install this particular live server extension. Okay, it's already installed. So in your case, click on install, and then you can directly start whatever the HTML that you are writing in your Visual Studio Code. Automatically, you can same result you can see in your browser as well. So that's why like index.html is written, and for any HTML, right click on it and go to open with live server. It will automatically open the browser, and with the automatically it will give the port number 5500, and that's it. If you really want to stop the server, you simply click on it and the server will be stopped. You can see that. And again, you want to go live, you simply click on go live. Likewise, you can simply do that. Okay. So now what we have to do, we have to take one good complex example. So this is the basic, simple, basic things, vector diagrams, we have seen that. Now let's take, I have really good example. This is the interview question actually. in really a good product company, people actually asked. So the question is, this is a 3D image. You can see that a kind of 3D image over here, right? This is a 3D image, and in this particular 3D image, let me just 1 second. My system got hanged. 1 second. Yeah, so this is a 3D image. You can see this. Okay, this is the example this guy have created, and the similar kind of example over there. So you simple inspect this particular 3D image, and what you have to do, I'll tell you. You simple right click on it and go to inspect and open this particular HTML tag for this, and you inspect this guy once again. Okay, so if you see that there is an SVG tag over here, you can see that, and there are a number of path SVG they have created. I'll show you. Come back to this. See, you scroll down, can you see that this SVG is over here? And this SVG is actually available in frame also. So we have frame, under that frame we have SVG. You can see that frame ID equal to this, and under this particular frame we have SVG element is available, and this SVG is actually doing what? It's having one G means group, and group of multiple paths. So your target is, your interview question is that, what was the question they asked? The question was, okay, was being asked that, okay, we have path ID equal to this, and you see that, okay, every time these path coordinates are getting changed, right? M, V, and all those things are getting changed over here. You can see that, right? A lot of numbers are there. Every time these numbers are getting changed, right? M means move. The moment this cubical image or 3D image is getting moved, M is getting changed, right? And some other properties also getting changed over here, like this. So how will you handle this scenario? Okay. So how do you handle this? So all the direction commands are getting changed. So what you have to do, you have to write a logic in such a way that, okay, so that you can get all these, okay, coordinates, whatever the numbers, movement numbers are coming, right? Every time images are getting changed, every time new numbers are coming. See, for this path, a new number. Then for red color path, a new number. So every time we are getting a new number over here, you can see that. So we have to fetch all the numbers. So how will you do that? So for this, what we have to do, let me now minimize this. 1 second, guys. Let me open Eclipse. So let me comment it out, all these things, and then I'll change the URL. The URL is this. Copy this and simple paste it over here, right? But before that, you see that, okay, all this entire HTML code is written. This entire SVG is written where? This entire SVG is written under this particular iframe. So what we have to do to reach at this particular SVG element, we have to switch to that particular iframe. So how will you switch to the frame? So we have to write what? Driver dot find element by dot. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll directly switch over there. I simply say driver dot switch to dot frame, and the ID is this. So we have switched to that particular frame now. Now the driver control is where? Driver control is available under that particular frame. Now when we reach over here, we have this particular SVG. Now how will you write the code for that? That is the important thing, right? So for writing this, what we have to do, we have to write an XPath. Without XPath, you cannot handle this. So press Control F and start writing this. So what is the first thing we have to write? Star, right? And put a bracket over here. And name is equal to what? Name equal to SVG. Name is a function. So don't forget to write these two brackets and simple write SVG. I hope it's clear. Let me just zoom in and yeah, SVG over here. So we are getting, there are 11 SVGs are available over here. But we are bothered about only this particular thing, right? So let me inspect that particular guy once again. Come over here, and then here we are getting this SVG, right? Once again, yeah, this particular SVG. Now from this SVG, where you have to go? You have to go to G, right? Because G is the child of SVG. So how will you go there? Double slash, put a star, and you have to write local name is equal to G. is equal to G, and local name is also a function, so we have to write it like this. Okay, it means with local G there are two elements are there, right? This is the, if you see, this is the image over here, and the second one is this G ID equal to this. The second one is the, you can see that it is actually pointing to, can you see that, this particular image, this particular graphical 3D image. And so can I write ID equal to G2? So I simply segregate with one more attribute, and at the rate ID is equal to what? G2. Okay, so we are getting the first element, and then the second element we are getting it over here like this. Perfect, no issues. Then after that, what we have to do under this particular G means grouping. Under this, what we have to pick? We have to pick all the paths over here, right? So I'll simply say that, okay, double slash star local name is equal to path. Okay, local name is equal to path. So let me check everything is fine. This local name is equal to path. You are getting 24 paths are available, guys. And from these paths, what you have to do? So every path is having some ID. You can see that, okay? Path number 1, okay, then path number 2. This path number 2 is having some ID like this. Then path number 3, ID equal to phase 0, like this. So ID equal to text phase 0. So what I'm going to do that, okay? I have to pick all those paths where some ID is there. I simply say that, okay, contains what? Because ID is like this, phase 3, phase 4, and every time it's getting changed. See, after a few seconds, the moment the image is getting rotated, the phase 0, phase 5, see, after some time, phase 2, can you see that? So I say that, okay, contains what? Contains at the rate ID, comma, simple right, which contains a phase. Okay, so we are getting 24 elements over here, right? 24 elements like this. So there are two images are there, guys. This is the first image, and this is the second cubical image. So that's why we are getting 4 of 24. It means this particular cubical image is having 12 images, 12 paths, and that image that is, you can see it over here at the corner, this is also having 12. So that's why we are getting 24 images. And this is an interview question, guys. I'm not making it up. Okay, so what do you have to do? Whenever this image is getting rotated, what you have to do, okay, you have to keep capturing these whatever you say, these properties which are very dynamic and getting changed every time. So you have to keep monitoring it and keep printing them on the console. So how will you do that? So for doing this, I'll just take this particular XPath and then back to over here, and then I'll write driver dot find elements by dot XPath, and XPath of this I'll be using it. So this is the, let's see, I have created this XPath. Okay, so driver dot find element, it will return what? It will return my list of element. So I simply write list of element, and I'll give, let's see, this is my element list, whatever name you want to give, and import this. So perfect. So then I'll start a for loop. So I simply write a for loop to give me all the elements where in this particular element list. Okay. And then what do you want? In this particular element list, first I'll maintain one text over here. Let's see, text is equal to null. And then what I'm saying is you just get your element dot get attribute is there, and which attribute value you want to pick. So which attribute value is getting changed now? Can you see that D attribute, right? This, see, every time the value of D is getting changed. See, this particular D I'm talking about, this particular D, right? I hope you can see that. This is an attribute D equal to this, and this value is getting changed. So we have captured all the faces. We have captured all the path where ID equal to face, which where ID contains face. And from there, what do you want? From there, I want to capture the value of D. So we have to use dot get attribute and get the value of D and store in this particular text over here. And then you just print it on the console, system.out.println, and print the text. And that's it. Okay. And let's see, whenever Okay, but before that, what I'm going to do that I'll put this particular entire thing in a while loop because the image is infinite time image is getting rotated, right guys? This particular image is getting rotated infinite time. It will keep rotating. So that was the interview question. The third part is that, okay, I don't want to stop the image. Image is getting rotated every time. We just need to monitor the image and just capture the coordinates or just capture the attribute value of D. Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll start in a while loop and I'll generate my infinite loop from here. And I'm not going to break the condition like this. Okay, like this. So while true, and then keep getting the values, keep collecting the, okay, the moment a rotation is there, right? The moment image is getting rotated, you keep collecting this particular element list and get the attribute of D and then print and print it on the console. So my loop will start for the infinite time because my image is getting rotated infinite time. Now let's see what happens. Okay, so we will observe the console. So let it, okay, now see the image. There are two rotating images are there. You see, this is what we are getting on the console. See, whatever the image D path rotation coordinates are there, same rotation coordinates I'm getting on my console. Like this. So that was an interview question. Okay, so now I can create one simple jar for this, or maybe through Jenkins or whatever. I can simply execute this particular program from the command line or something, and I can deliver. Okay, so that people can directly monitor that, okay, what exactly the current rotation coordinates are happening over there, or what do you say, whatever coordinates or whatever the path coordinates, I would say, simple get it for both the images, and then you can see that, okay, the rotation is happening or not, right? So that was the interview question, especially for gaming application. Such kind of automation you can do that where elements are built up with SVG tag, okay, where people are using some vector graphs or vector elements, something like this. You can simply do that. Okay, so see, it will keep running for infinite time. So let me terminate it like this. See, or you can store in some file or something, and you can show this particular file, and you can monitor or whatever the purpose. So that was a simple code people were expecting at a time of interview, and that was an interview question actually. So why I got this particular question, because few weeks back, one person, he actually mailed me that, okay, hey Naveen, this is the question. And frankly speaking, I could not understand what exactly he was asking, because via mail it was really difficult what exactly he's expecting. Then I called him and I got to know that, okay, this is what the explanation. And he told me to, he actually given me a, he shared his screen and then showed me that, okay, this is what they want. And he could not clear the interview because he was not aware about the SVGs. And I found, okay, yeah, this is something very interesting. Let's automate that. Okay, so this is the example for this. If you go to Flipkart, so let's see, I'll go to Flipkart, and that Flipkart search image. Okay guys, this Flipkart, this image, you can see that this search image, this is also made of SVG. You right click on it and go to inspect, and here you will see this is the SVG image, and it's grouped with path. The two paths, one is this, so see this this line is SVG, and another path is this circle. Okay, are you getting your point? So there are two images over here. One is circle and one straight line, and both the things are made with SVG. So it's like this. Okay, one circle like this, and then this particular line. There are, okay, and both are grouped. So this is grouped over here, and both are written. This entire group is written with SVG. You can see that, okay, over here. This is the SVG. This is grouped with, and the color. This is a color with blue color, and these are the two paths are available. So one is a circle path and one is a linear path, like that. So if you really want to create the XPath, how will you create that? So that is your assignment. You just try how will you create the XPath, and then you have to click on this. So people who are struggling with this, how to click on this particular image, this is a SVG image, you have to handle like this. So if you, okay, let me show you how to do that. So just simple press F star, sorry, normal XPath won't work here, guys. Name equal to SVG and star local name is equal to what? Path. Okay, and local name is also a function. So what we are getting, local name is equal to path over here. Let me just remove this drawing, right? And this path is having class is equal to this 2bhaha. So I can maintain one class, one and the rate class is equal to what? This I'll just copy paste. Now we are getting two elements. So either you click on this or you click on this. Now you just combine this entire XPath, get the collection of this XPath and put an index over here. This is the one. So it will actually click on this over here. So this is also a right XPath for this. I'll write it for you guys over here. Okay, for that particular image. This is an XPath. Or if you really don't want to go to tell path, you simply say that, okay, instead of this, you remove all these guys and path is equal to, local name is equal to G, and like this you can simply do. And let me, yeah, for SVG, okay, local name is equal to G. For G, it's not picking. Okay, then shoot. Oh, sorry, no, we have to remove this particular bracket. Now write G. So it's here. And I want to check that, okay, what is the color of this? Or you simply use this particular XPath and use by.click. It will click on it. It will click on this particular image. So you enter the value over here, but this search is not with SVG. You can see that, okay, this particular search is normal search. You inspect this guy, okay, and this is simple input tag, right? Because search is not the vector image. This circle and this line is the vector image. So that's why some developers they use for this. And it's very popular, guys. These days it's very popular, SVG. Or okay, creating some icons you want to create, some circles you want to create, some linear graphs you want to create, something like this, you can simply do that. Okay, perfect. I have one more example. Let me show you if I have that. Otherwise, we can ignore it because it's already video is already too much. Do I have that or not? Okay, I have one more example. I'll show you. If you really want to go back to this Visual Studio Code, and if you really want to draw, let's see, Indian flag. Okay, so I mean, or any let's see any flag. So in Indian flag, let's see, this is a thing I have created. One SVG I have created. A title description I have given. And I'm creating three rectangles over here with orange. The first color is orange, white, and green. I'm not creating a circle, so please guys don't take it. Otherwise, this is just an example, and just example, and you simply go to this, and you simply refresh this. Okay, we have to start the server. So simply go live once again, and when you go live, and we will refresh this. So you will see one flag over here. Can you see that our flag? Okay, you just need to create a circle over here, and this is orange color, and this is white color, and this is green color. It's got created. Okay, so you see that, okay, or you can say this is a pie chart also, the linear graph pie chart also, x and y coordinate. You want to show some data, some stats you want to show. Then these are the SVG things, and you can okay take the data from there. So likewise, you have to check the HTML code for that, and you have to check it is SVG or what. If it is SVG, yes. So this is the kind of XPath that you have to use that I've already explained so many XPath like that. Okay, so that's all for this particular video, guys. I hope you got to know what is SVG because a lot of people were asking what is SVG. Okay, we will create one more video on shadow element also. Shadow element is also not that very straightforward. Okay, we have to use JavaScript executor or some other techniques for that. But today is for SVG. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Please subscribe to the channel and let me know if you have any issues. Till then, take care and be safe. Bye bye.